Very important to students. The last class we discussed chemical properties of alkanes, free radical substitution reaction. Free radical substitution reaction. So in that free radical substitution reaction, we are having the different varieties. That is halogenation. Second one is nitration. And halogenation different types: chlorination, bromination, iodination, fluorination. Some new reactions like Schwarz reaction. Now, the last class nitration we are saying the remaining part in the halogenation is sulfonation reactions. Sulfonation. Sulfonation. So in sulfonation, what we are doing? Alkanes, alkanes. We are taking the concentrated sulfuric acid, concentrated sulfuric acid. So we are using already this is free radical substitution reaction is done at high temperature. So we are heating around 450 degrees Celsius, and this sulfuric acid is already I told you fuming sulfuric acid. Fuming sulfuric acid means the mixture of SO3 and H2SO4, that is H2S2O7 oleum. Oleum. Now it is converted to substituted alkane. Now we can get alkane sulfonic acid. Alkane sulfonic acid. Alkane sulfonic acid. See the general formula: alkane RH on reaction with concentrated sulfuric acid. So in the concentrated sulfuric acid we are writing like this: OH and SO3H. Now H and OH we are removing like water. We have to heat around 450 degrees Celsius. And heat high temperature we are using. Can lost the water, and the remaining is RSO3H. Its name is called as alkane sulfonic acid. Alkane sulfonic acid. The most important note point for this sulfonation is lower alkanes cannot undergo for these reactions. Lower alkanes like methane, ethane, propane, etc. cannot undergo for nitration. Cannot undergo nitration reaction. Only higher alkanes with 6 number of carbons, higher alkanes with 6 carbon number, 6 carbons, 6 carbon atoms. Moreover, there are 6 carbon atoms in straight chain form. So we can say that is N-alkane. N-alkane. N-alkane means normal alkane. Straight chain alkane with minimum 6 number of carbon atoms can undergo this substitution reaction, that is sulfonation. But there is an exception condition. There is an exception condition. Lower alkanes, I told you lower alkanes cannot show this nitration reaction, but except isobutane. Isobutane can show. Isobutane can sulfonation reaction. Acid gradient kinds of sulfonation reaction. See the examples for the sulfonation reactions. So most important thing we have to memorize, lower number of alkanes cannot undergo sulfonation reaction. Only alkane, that is N alkane with higher number of carbon atoms, that is minimum 6 carbon atoms, can show this sulfonation reaction, and moreover that is in N alkane. Now I am taking example number 1, N-hexane. N-hexane is CH3, CH2, 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 CH3. N-alkane and the sulfonation concentrated sulfuric acid I am taking, that is fuming sulfuric acid, and moreover I am doing the reaction is 450 degrees Celsius, high temperature I am using. Now we can get the answer is, we can get answer is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbon atoms. 6 carbon atoms. If the SO3H will be attached to this carbon, we can get like this SO3H. I am not attaching for the first carbon. Why? Because this is a free radical substitution reaction. Free radical substitution reaction means secondary free radical is more preferable than primary, so I am using for only for secondary. And carefully observe where we are going to attach means here SO3H. So you can attach for the next carbon and this one will be the same. So this is sulfonation we are doing for the see the mechanism for the sulfonation reactions. See the mechanism. Same radical mechanism we can follow, and we are doing the, and we can get first carbon also, but least amount product 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this is SO3H. SO3H. We will go for the mechanism of this reaction. Mechanism. So step number 1, so that is chain initiation. In the chain initiation, we are doing, so we are breaking the bond, that is sulfuric acid, we are breaking the bond, 450 degrees Celsius we are taking, we are getting, so we are breaking the homolytic cleavage, we are getting the free radical, that is OH dot plus SH dot, SO3H. Step number 2, chain propagation. Step number 2, chain propagation, that is C6H13, one hydrogen outside plus OH dot, we can get, so remove the water and we can get C6H13 dot, H13. This is C6H13 dot. Chain termination, we are adding with the SO3H dot. Now we can get C6H13 SO3H. Name of this one is hexane sulfonic acid. Alkane sulfonic acid we can get. Alkane sulfonic acid we can get. See, sir, we are taking the higher alkanes. See, in the previous products we are getting the different products, but here we are not getting the different products. Another example I am writing. For example, they are giving the branch. For example, they are giving the branch like this: CH3, CH3, CH, CH, CH3, and CH3 like this. This one I am doing for the sulfonation. This one I am doing for the sulfonation, that is HO, SO3H. You can get the major product. Already we know this can undergo the free radical mechanism. So free radical mechanism, tertiary is more stable. So I am going for the tertiary carbon, replace the hydrogen and remove the water. You can get like this. Tertiary alkane attached to the sulfonic acid. So this is the sulfonation reactions for alkanes. So out of substitution reactions, free radical substitution, alkanes generally can undergo free radical substitution reactions. In that free radical substitution reactions, we are seeing most important thing is halogenation, that is chlorination, bromination, fluorination is special reaction, that is Schwarz reaction, and iodination. Iodination cannot undergo, why? Because it's highly endothermic reaction, reasons we are saying. Next one is nitration and sulfonation, different cases discussing. Now most important chemical property for the alkanes is pyrolysis. So what is the meaning of pyrolysis means? Pyrolysis means thermal decomposition. Thermal decomposition. Thermal decomposition. Pyrolysis stands for thermal decomposition. Especially alkanes. Alkanes at high temperature. Alkanes, higher alkanes in presence of catalyst, metallic catalyst, it's break into the lower alkane or alkene. It's break into lower alkanes. Or alkenes. Pyrolysis means thermal decomposition, bond breaking. In presence of metallic catalyst, the higher alkenes are breaking into lower alkenes and alkenes also. Here, bond breaking. Here, two types of bonds we are having. There is a bond breaking between carbon single bond, CC bond breaking. For the breaking of the CC bond, what metals we are using means oxides of aluminum, zinc and silicon. So you want to do the pyrolysis between the carbon bond. So we have to use oxides of aluminum, zinc and silicon. So another bond breaking is CH bond breaking. You want to do the bond breaking of CH bond breaking, we have to use the oxides of chromium, vanadium and molybdenum. So pyrolysis will be done in two cases. One is CC bond pyrolysis, bond breaking, and CH bond pyrolysis, CH bond breaking. For example, I am taking the butane. Butane is CH3, CH2, CH3. So I am going to do the pyrolysis of this compound. I am using the high temperature. High temperature means around 450 to 500 degrees Celsius I am heating. See how many number of products will give. For suppose I am using the catalyst is Al2O3. I am using, and Al2O3 you are using means Which bond is broken? CC bond is broken. If the CC bond is broken, the CC bond is broken. See the pyrolysis how it is. CH3, CH3, CH, double bond, CH2, plus CH4. It will be break up into alkane and alkene. In case of silica, I am using silica. Silica means SiO2. SiO2. So you are in the process one, we can get C2H4 plus C2H6. For suppose if you are using Cr2O3, chromium oxide, Cr2O3 on pyrolysis. Here hydrogen bond breaking, HH bond breaking, that is CH3, CH2, CH, double bond, CH2 plus H2. Hydrogen is only broken, not CC bond. And another one, if you are using the same chromium oxide, we can break into like this. Otherwise, you are using the chromium oxide Cr2O3. If the bond is broken between the central carbon, so now you can get CH3, CH, double bond CH, CH3 plus H2. So pyrolysis will be done in any way. So different metals we are using, we can get the different products. Now see another simple example. If I am taking the propane gas, CH3, CH2, CH3. Now this one I am heating around 500 degrees Celsius, 500 degrees Celsius, and I am heating. See the different products we are getting if you are using the different metallic catalyst. If I am doing the CC bond breaking, see if the CC bond you are breaking here, what we can get? One hydrogen is shifted here, from here one hydrogen is shifted, then we can get CH2, double bond CH2 plus CH. If carbon hydrogen bond we are doing the pyrolysis, carbon hydrogen bond we are doing the pyrolysis, we can get the answer is CH3, CH, double bond CH2 plus hydrogen. So different bond breakings you are doing, different products we are getting. So this is called as pyrolysis. This is called as pyrolysis. Now, most important property for the alkenes is aromatization. Aromatization. So aromatization means the organic compounds are converted into aromatic. Aliphatic alkane with minimum 6 to 10 carbons. Aliphatic alkanes or saturated alkanes. Aliphatic alkanes with 6 to 10 carbons, minimum 6 to 10 carbons can undergo the aromatization in presence of the catalyst, is Cr2O3, chromium oxide, Cr2O3 or aluminum oxide, Al2O3 at high temperature and pressure. At high temperature and pressure, it can undergo the pyrolysis reactions. See the examples for this. Minimum 6 carbons we have to consider. Minimum 6 carbons. So minimum 6 carbons means I am writing like this. Here I am writing this is CH3. This is also CH3. If you are using the catalyst is Cr2O3 or Al2O3 in presence of high temperature we are using, that is 600 degrees Celsius, and high pressure we are using 15 atmosphere pressure, we can get the compound is like this first. You can get the compound is cyclic compound. Again there is heating high temperature, so it can last 3 moles of hydrogen. So we are doing the aromatization. Aromatization compound becomes aromatic. Aromatic compounds are more stable than aliphatic. So we are doing the aromatization like this. Now see another example for the aromatization. If I am taking a 7-membered ring, 7 carbons, C7H16 I am taking. C7H16 I am taking. Now see 7 carbons I am taking. Here there is CH3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, if I am doing the aromatization, this one, the same conditions we are using, aromatization, we are getting the substituted benzene. Final product, we can get substituted benzene, that is methyl benzene. Methyl benzene. Methyl benzene. Simply it is also called as toluene. Toluene you can get. Okay. Next one is, if you are taking the 8 carbons, if you are taking the 8 carbons, C8H18, 8 carbons you are taking. For suppose I am giving like this. If you are doing the aromatization, you can get a lot of different products. We can get ethyl benzene also, or we can get the product is like this, or we can get the product is like this, or we can get the product is like this. So first compound is ethyl benzene, second compound is 1,2 dimethyl benzene, third compound is 1,4 dimethyl benzene, fourth one is 1,4 dimethyl benzene. That is called as xylene. It is called as O-xylene. It's M-xylene, metaxylene, and this is para-xylene. So we can get the different substituted products we can get. So this is called as aromatization. Aliphatic compounds are converted into aromatic compounds in presence of the catalyst. We are using the high temperature and pressure. We are converted into aliphatic alkanes into aromatic alkanes. Next, isomerization. Isomerization. So what is the meaning of isomerization? Isomerization means the linear chain compounds are converted into the branched chain compounds. Isomerization, linear type of compound are converted into its isomer. Isomer means maybe chain isomer or position isomer. So that is called as isomerization. Isomerization is done in presence of catalyst. In presence of the catalyst, N-hydrous, AlCl3, N-hydrous, AlCl3 bar HCl around 200 degrees Celsius. This is the catalyst what we are going to use for the isomerization. Anhydrous AlCl3 and HCl, and temperature is 200 degrees is the catalyst for the doing the isomerization. For suppose N-butane I am taking, N-butane CH3, CH2, CH2, CH3. N-butane I am taking. Now we are using a catalyst, we can get, it becomes the isobutane. For example, I am taking the pentane, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. N-pentane I am taking. So it will be converted into branches. maybe isopentane like this or neopentane. Isopentane or neopentane. So isomers. This is n-pentane, that is isopentane, that is chain isomerism. So isomerization. Linear chain compounds are converted into the branched chain of compounds. And one more most important chemical property for the alkanes is oxidation of alkanes. Oxidation of alkanes. Oxidation of alkanes. We know generally in the organic chemistry, any hydrocarbons on oxidation to give the carbon dioxide and what we are seeing. The oxidation process is different types. If it is complete oxidation, so oxidation will be different types will be there. That is complete oxidation. And second one is partial oxidation. Partial oxidation. And third one is catalytic oxidation. Catalytic oxidation. So complete oxidation means, so we can completely done the reaction. Complete. So partial oxidation means the reaction is incomplete. Catalytic oxidation means oxidation is done but in presence of the catalyst, that is catalytic oxidation. Generally we are taking the metals are the catalyst now. Generally metals can be considered. So this is called as slow oxidation. See the difference between incomplete oxidation and slow oxidation. Incomplete, so further we can undergo for the oxidation, but slow oxidation process will be done, but it will be very slow. We will see the first one is complete oxidation. Complete oxidation. So complete oxidation. Alkanes on complete oxidation, you want to do means we want to use excess amount of oxygen or air will be supplied. If you are supplying the excess amount of oxygen or air, so it will be the complete, it can undergo the complete oxidation. Alkanes, so generally we can write alkanes on reaction with O2, so we have to mention here excess amount. So whenever they are giving the excess amount, you have to consider we are going for the complete oxidation. So we are heating. So any hydrocarbons on complete combustion, it can give carbon dioxide, water, and it can give large amount of heat energy. So meaning oxidation process is the highly exothermic reaction. So it can liberate the large amount of energy. Exothermic reaction is a general reaction in writing. Now normally you can write methane on oxidation to give CO2 and water, large amount of heat energy will be liberated. Now we can balance one carbon, right side also one carbon. So here 4 hydrogens, 2 hydrogens. So here we need 2 moles of oxygen. Each I am taking C2H6 plus complete oxidation to give 2 moles of carbon plus 3 moles of hydrogen plus liberate large amount of the heat, that is 7/2. If I suppose C3H8 I am taking propane on complete oxidation to give 3 moles of CO2 and 3 moles of CO2 plus 4 moles of water and liberate large amount of the heat. Now we can balance. This is 5 moles. C4H10 we can get C4H10 and adding the oxygen, we can get 4 moles of CO2 plus 5 moles of water and liberate large amount of heat. So in general reaction, how to write the for alkanes? Alkane general formula is CnH2n plus 2. CnH2n plus 2. CnH2n plus 2 is the general formula of alkane, and adding the oxygen, we can get how many number of carbons are there? Same number of moles of carbon dioxide is produced, n moles of CO2 plus compare water. Compare water. How many moles of water you can get means? Here you are having 4 moles, you are getting 5 moles of water. Here you are having 3 moles, here you can get the 4 moles of water. Here you can get 2 moles, you are getting the 3 moles of water, like that. So here n moles means here n plus 1 moles of water we can get, and we can liberate the large amount of heat. Then we can write the general formula here, 3n plus 1 by 2. See total number of oxygens here, n number of 2n, 2 into n, 2n number of oxygens here, n plus 1 number of oxygens, totally 3n plus 1 number of oxygens. Here 2n, here 2n plus n, totally 3n, 3n plus 1 number of oxygens. So here 3n plus 1 into 2 no, so I am writing by 2. So this is the general formula for the combustion of, the general formula for the complete combustion of alkanes.
By the complete oxidation of alkanes, we can get carbon dioxide, water, and large amount of heat is liberated. Not only alkane, alkenes also, alkenes and alkynes, alkenes, alkenes or alkynes on complete oxidation, we can get same carbon dioxide, water, and liberate large amount of energy. Alkenes on complete oxidation to give 2 moles of carbon dioxide and water, large amount of heat can be liberated. Same alkyne we can take, alkyne C2H2 on complete oxidation to liberate carbon dioxide so alkenes and alkanes can give the carbon dioxide, water, and liberate large amount of energy. This is the complete oxidation. This is the partial oxidation. Partial oxidation. So, by partial oxidation means by the limited supply of air or oxygen. By limited supply of air or oxygen. By the limited supply of air or oxygen, we are going to go for the partial oxidation. On partial oxidation of alkanes, and partial oxidation, we can get carbon monoxide and water. Complete oxidation can give the carbon dioxide, but partial oxidation can give the carbon monoxide. But suppose methane, by the limited supply of oxygen, you can get carbon monoxide and water. So you can balance the equation. Three by 2. ethane C2H6 by the partial oxidation can give carbon monoxide and water. Five by 2. Say, for suppose if you are taking alkenes. Alkenes also by the limited supply of alkene C2H4 by the limited supply of oxygen you can get carbon monoxide and water. If you are taking the alkynes C2H2 for limited supply of oxygen so 3 by 2. Alkane or alkene or alkyne by the limited supply of air or oxygen you can get carbon monoxide and water. For suppose alkane, if you are supplying the oxygen is very low, very less amount of supply of oxygen, alkanes it can give carbon and water. Otherwise you can say this is carbon black. This is carbon black. Carbon black. This carbon black we can use for the printer inks, polishes, paints, etc. Methane, and that's an example. Methane, and we can supply very less amount of oxygen. You can get the carbon black. So like ethane, and you can supply the very less amount of oxygen. You can get oxygen. Carbon black we can get. This carbon black we can use as paints, printer inks, etc. See, oxidation already we discussed 3 types. One is complete oxidation, second one is partial oxidation, and third one is catalytic oxidation. In oxidation third type, catalytic oxidation. Catalytic oxidation. So, name itself, catalytic oxidation. Oxidation will be done in presence of catalyst, and already we are saying this is also called as slow oxidation. Slow oxidation. Slow oxidation. Previously we are seeing the reduction. Acids on reduction can give alkane. How to prepare from alcohols to alkane or aldehyde ketones to alkane? All are reductions only. Clemmensen reduction, Wolff-Kishner reduction. Many different varieties of reductions we are discussing. Now we are going to discuss about the oxidation. Alkane on oxidation to give alcohol. On oxidation to give alcohol. Alcohols on oxidation to give aldehydes or ketones. Simply we can say carbonyl compounds. That is, it depends upon the alcohols. Alcohol is primary, it can give the aldehyde. If the alcohol is secondary or tertiary, it can give the ketones. So aldehydes or ketones on oxidation, you can get carboxylic acid. Carboxylic acid. Carboxylic acids on further oxidation, carboxylic acids on further oxidation, it can give carbon dioxide and water. That is complete oxidation. So, above two oxidations, partial oxidation or complete oxidation, we are seeing directly from alkane to carbon dioxide and water. This is complete oxidation. That is complete oxidation. Okay, now see how to convert from alkane is converted into alcohol. Alkane is converted to alcohol. We want to use the catalyst is copper tube, copper powder or copper tube. We want to use, and temperature is 473 Kelvin and pressure is 100 atmospheres. Alkane is converted into alcohol. We want to use the catalyst is copper powder or copper tube. The same alkane is converted into aldehyde. Alkane is converted into aldehyde. Alkane is converted into aldehyde. That is from step number 1 to step number 3. This is step number 1. This is 2. This is 3. This is 4. This is 5. So 1 to 5 complete oxidation, remaining all are slow oxidation. 1 to 2, we want to use the catalyst is copper in terms of 473 Kelvin temperature and 100 atmospheres. Now from step number 1 to step number 3, means alkane is converted into aldehyde. So we want to use the catalyst is molybdenum oxide. We want to use the catalyst is molybdenum oxide, MO2O3, 573 Kelvin temperature, 573 Kelvin temperature and 100 atmosphere pressure. Now step number 1 to 4, that is alkane is converted to acid. Alkane into acid, carboxylic acid. We want to use, that is step number 1 to 4. So we want to use the catalyst is silver oxide, Ag2O, or other catalyst is manganese acetate, manganese OAC twice, capital A, manganese acetate. We can write like this: acetic acid formula CH3 COOH, so acetate ion formula CH3 COO twice. We can use the catalyst is manganese acetate. From step number 1 to step number 5, already we are seeing above complete oxidation. Step number 1 to 5, already we are seeing that is complete oxidation. For example, I am taking methane, 1 carbon, methane first, step number 1 to 2. It is converted into methanol, CH3OH, 1 carbon alcohol, methanol. Methanol on oxidation to give formaldehyde, HCH, aldehyde or ketone. Aldehyde or ketone on further oxidation. So 1 carbon acid, that is carboxylic acid. This is further oxidation. We can get carbon dioxide and water. So this is the process what we are doing further. See another example for the oxidation. For suppose ethane I am taking, CH3 single bond CH. Ethane on oxidation to give ethanol, alcohol, C2H5OH. Ethanol is the primary alcohol. Primary alcohols on oxidation to give aldehydes. Primary alcohols on oxidation to give aldehyde, CH3, CHO. CH3, CHO on further oxidation, it can give formic acid, CH3, COOH. CH3COOH further oxidation. CH3COOH further oxidation is not possible. Reason is, see in the first example, formic acid I am taking, H, C, double bond O, single bond O, H. Now I am adding oxygen. Oxidation, I am adding oxygen. Now here 1H, here 1H, and this oxygen, totally water we can remove. Water also and carbon dioxide also. Carbon dioxide and water, both we can remove. So we need CO, C double bond O, attached one hydrogen we require. In this one, see in the second example, acetic acid CH3, C double bond O, here O, H. There is no more hydrogen, so further it cannot undergo further oxidation. So very important. Now, already we are using a different catalyst. So step number 1 to 2, what catalyst we are using? Copper tube. Step number 1 to 3, what catalyst we are using? For the conversion, molybdenum oxides. And step number 1 to 4, alkane acid, what catalyst we are using is manganese acetate. So in the examination, how they are asking the questions means, for suppose methane on oxidation, I am giving the catalyst is copper tube. I am giving the catalyst is copper tube, 473 Kelvin temperature and 100 atmospheric pressure. So immediately you have to understand that is partial oxidation. You can give the methanol. The catalyst we are using for the conversion of alkane to alcohol, that is copper tube. Then we can balance the equation. The same reaction, same oxidation you are doing, but I change the catalyst is molybdenum oxide, MO to O3, or you can use MO, molybdenum oxide, MOO. You can get, this is the molybdenum oxide we are using in this catalyst. This is converted from alkane is converted to either aldehyde or ketone. One carbon, so that is aldehyde. HCHO. HCHO plus remaining is water. So already automatically it is balanced. Same, I need the third step, this, and changing the catalyst, manganese acetate I am using, MnOAC twice, MnOAC twice, or you can use silver oxide, Ag2O, or you can use the silver oxide, Ag2O. We convert this one into acid, carboxylic acid. That is formic acid. One carbon acid is formic acid plus H2O. So see how many oxygens will be there? There is 3. So this is 3/2. So this is the oxidation of different catalysts we are using. But in organic chemistry or wherever, another most important best oxidizing agents we are using in the organic chemistry. In organic chemistry, we are using the best oxidizing agents are KMnO4 and K2Cr2O7. K2Cr2O7. These two are best oxidizing agents we are using in the organic chemistry. But in case of alkanes, most important point, in case of alkanes, KMnO4 and K2Cr2O7 cannot be used. Thus, highly explosive reaction Don't use for the oxidation of alkanes to alcohol, alkanes to aldehyde or ketone, alkanes to acid. Don't use the strong oxidizing agents KMnO4, K2Cr2O7, HNO3 like this. So this is the chemical properties of alkanes. So see the what chemical properties we are discussing in alkanes previously. Once we are reviewing that alkanes can undergo free radical substitution reaction. In that free radical substitution reaction, we are free radical substitution reaction. Three types of free radical substitution reactions we are seeing. That is halogenation. Halogenation again detailedly we are explaining about the chlorination, bromination, fluorination and iodination. Then second one is substitution free radical reactions. The second one is nitration. Third one is sulfonation. Next, of the substitution reactions, we are discussing the chemical properties of alkanes is pyrolysis reaction, aromatization, isomerization and oxidation. Oxidation, three varieties of oxidation: complete oxidation, partial oxidation and slow oxidation, that is catalytic oxidation. See what metals we are using, then how to convert alkane to alcohol, alkane to aldehyde or ketone, alkane to carboxylic acid. So this is the discussion about the alkanes. Next class we will see about the discussion for the alkenes. So practice well, many named reactions are coming, so keep write all the named reactions in one place. Then memorize the organic chemistry, recall organic chemistry continuously.